Merry Christmas to you. Salutations, Queen of Shade here, and welcome to my holiday or my Christmas special. Today is a day where I'm going to share someone with you that is oh so amazing. I love when he is divinely himself, and he is that way all of the time. I'm going to bring to you today a man that needs no introduction on my platform. He's been here before, and we're so excited to have him back for our Christmas special. Evan Martin. You may know him online as Body by Evan. But I met Evan back in 2003 on MySpace through the work of a famous photographer, Maya Keys. He was one of the models, standing 6'7", 6'8", somewhere in there. And he was so beautiful. And we hit it off and began to have a friendship. And it has lasted from 2003 to 2024. It's a long time. And this young man is one of my dear friends. And I'm excited to bring him to you. Evan is one of my guys. And hell, he should be. We have the same birthday. So pull up a chair, get your eggnog, get your snacks. We're going to have a conversation for you on this Christmas special. And if I know Evan, and I do, he's going to come full of humor. That makes you go, So enjoy this Christmas special. I love you all. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Christmas with Evan Martin.
Salutations, Queen of Shade here, coming to you with a very special presentation. Moving full speed ahead with season 2 of One-on-One with the Queen of Shade has been an amazing treat. I'm so happy to have a season 2 and to have amazing people that lend themselves to this endeavor and this platform. Having said that, it's Christmas. So Merry Christmas to everyone and a Happy New Year. I want to introduce to you a young man who needs no introduction because he's been on our platform before. But I brought him back today because when I thought to myself, who would I like to do my Christmas special with? It was unequivocally him. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Evan Martin. Hi!
Hey, what's up?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I am fantastic, and
You
yourself?
look good.
I'm awesome. I'm blessed.
You look good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Would you believe that it has been 2 years since we did this?
Wow.
Yeah. Time flies.
Wow.
Two
Wow.
years. 2 years since we did this. I'm so happy to have you back.
I'm glad. I'm happy to be back. Thank you for having me.
So listen, this is the Christmas special. So I just want them to know, like, so do you celebrate Christmas?
I do.
You do. So
Yes.
are you doing like the gatherings? What are you doing to like what's your activity for Christmas?
I do presents. I buy presents. I receive them. I definitely. I give some off. Dinners, Christmas dinner, family dinners, all that.
Wow. So Christmas is a big time for you too.
Oh yeah. I love it.
Yeah, seeing as though we have the same birthday, I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel the same way. We're September babies, but Christmas is everything to me. It's a holiday that I enjoy the most because it is an excuse to be loving, an excuse to be kind, an excuse to be giving, an excuse to be joyful for no damn reason. No reason at all. You just skipping down the street. People are like, what's wrong with you? It's Christmas. Leave me alone. Right? You can be your crazy self, you know? And I'm just really excited about that. Now, last time you were here, I was telling myself, I was like, this boy is going to bring himself to this camera. And I couldn't wait because you're so comical. You were serious, but it was so comical. It was so comical. I just knew that you would be a hoot to have here today.
You gotta be just completely authentic and just don't give a damn.
So, so you really wait.
Yeah, man, you have to be like that.
So you still don't give a damn. 2 years later, and you still.
Don't give a damn. Not a flying fucking find a fuck to give.
That's what I love about you. So at least we know you are authentic. As we can see, because you do have a personal training business, you've been taking care of yourself.
Yes, have to. I'm the only one that's responsible to. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. I wouldn't want to.
You grew in your beard. It looks good.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
thought about it so many times, and I'm like, I don't want to walk around like that looking. I've done it before. I look so young and so stupid. I don't want to.
I walk around without a beard because of what I do for work. I can't have, like, I'm the type of person too where I do like laser hair removal. So I do all of that. Like I gotta make sure the mug is, because I can't sport a full bush with a dress on and a wig. And I've seen some people do it. Shout out to those that do. I'm thinking about the tranny bear. He does it. And there was somebody else, Conchita or something like that. I forget, but amazing people. I saw them. They did the feminine aesthetic, and they have full beards. But I can't do that.
Some it work for, some it don't.
Yeah, it really does. You seem much more chill today.
Yeah, I'm very chill for some reason. I don't know what the fuck why, but I am. I'm chill for some reason. I guess I'm in good spirits. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good place. You know, head is screwed on. Well, most of the time screwed on right, not tight, but right. Uh,
I love it. No, I love it because literally, like, talking to you is like talking to me. I'm not gonna lie. Talking to you is like talking to me. It's a mirror effect. So it's really, really cool. Like, it's really, really cool. So tell me, you turn around and it's Christmas. Do you have a big family?
I have a huge family. I got people all over.
Wow. So
Hmm.
like, like, is it a big family? Because I know you're in Florida right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in Florida now. I have a lot of people here. I got a lot of people in Atlanta. I got a lot of people everywhere, all over Florida, all over the place.
Wow.
Like they come crawling out all over the damn place.
Do they all have the Martin last name?
No, some do, some don't. Most of my family is the Mims.
Oh, okay. Mims. That name sounds so familiar. I've heard that name before. MIMS, right? Yeah, I've heard that before. Wow, I've heard that. T There was a girl in my church. I think her name was Tia Mims. Yeah. Wow. That's something. But I was a kid then. I don't go to church anymore. That was like, I want to say like 10, 11 years old, but her name was Tia Mims. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that because it just was a name that stood out to me. It just was a name that I just had never heard before. And
Mhm.
I'm really big on first and last names. That's why when I say your whole name because that's how I grew up. Like when we introduce someone, we say first and last names. We give you the respect that your name deserves, you know. So that's why, like, even now, a lot of my classmates, if I run into them, I say it by name. And you know, I haven't been in high school since the year 2000, so that was 24 years ago. And they're like, damn, you remember my whole? Yeah, I remember your whole name
I
because
remember most of my high school classmates. I don't physically, mentally, spiritually. I don't remember them motherfuckers. No, half of them look like they built like rotten milk. The other half in jail. The other half could be on the street. I don't know. Like,
yeah,
damn, who with these people?
yeah.
Shit.
Man, no, you're right because that's the craziest thing. I heard somebody talking about that too. I was a late bloomer, so I didn't peak in high school.
Hmm.
Yeah, like most of them, a lot of people that I knew, and I went to a suburban school, they peaked. They peaked in high school. And I have seen, and I know they're gonna watch this, so I don't want to say too much, but like, no, like I'm gonna be authentic, I'm gonna be real. Like I'm a late bloomer. I came to like I still have that youthful look that so do you, that youthful, zealous look, lots of zeal, lots of vibrance, lots of that. You know, and we're in our 40s, so you know, for us to be this youthful, it's a blessing. But yeah, a lot of them.
That's a blessing to get old nowadays.
Mhm.
You're in your 40s. Is that's amazing. Most
Yeah.
people say that.
Yeah, no, like I've been saying it. I say it every chance I get. I'm so proud of it because me being a gay man, you know, it's an accomplishment to live past 40 years old and not be ill, not have your body broken down, not do, you know, to really have beaten the odds because the world really does marginalize the LGBT community. So it's just, for me, it's just really tough. But, you know, it's like a badge of honor when you're 40 years old. I had an uncle that I loved, a beloved uncle. He actually died at 40 years old and it was AIDS complications. So like I remember, you know, growing up, it was like a big thing to reach 40 and be well. So I remember that and I made it my endeavor. My grandmother was talking to me earlier today, and you know we're just going over money and things like that because it's the end of the year. It's getting ready to be tax season. You know we're getting ready to wrap everything up, and she was saying to me, she was like, you really sacrificed for what you love. You really gave yourself to it. You really put your best foot forward. And I said to her, I was like, well, the only way to not get sick is to not do the thing.
That's right. That's right. You gotta love yourself. You only get one body. You ain't got another motherfucking one in the closet hanging up to put back on when you fuck it up. You gotta take care of the one you have. I don't understand. Don't get
Yeah.
you don't have another meat shield is sitting in your your briefcase where you can put on after the one you fuck up because you didn't put some alcohol, smoking and shit and like I don't get that.
I love how serious like, you can say that with a straight face because that's really how you feel. But anyway, I'm gonna move on because it's just how you feel. I'm just.
That's it.
But you're not wrong. Like, where's the lie? Like, you don't get another body.
Don't.
I had to like, cause I had to stop. I stopped working out for a number of years because my business took off, and it was just me manning I was all hands on deck with this thing. See, a lot of young influencers and things like that, they are already somebody. They already are used to that level of professionalism. So
Mm-hmm.
when they go viral and things like that, it enhances what they're already doing. I was coming from behind the ball. Like, I was behind the ball. So when I first went viral in 2015, I had to like erect the business. I had to make up and do all the shit that I hadn't done. I had to like play catch up. I didn't enjoy my viral moment, but the crazy thing is, I'm ready now. So if it happens again, it's curtains. But I said all of that to say, like, I had to step away from working out because I literally was chained to my desk. It literally was, it literally was just me. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got to a point where I could afford to subcontract labor out and do different things. And I'm literally like, I'm running a business. Like, it's so funny too, because people online, I, I'll turn around and I always, like, under my boys' posts and stuff like that, I'll always say, "We love you."
Yeah.
And I always get nosy motherfuckers that are asking, "What do you mean we? Who's we? Who's this? Who's that?" And I was going to go off on them. But then I was like, no, like, it is not my job to enlighten you. But when I sit here as a we. I'm not just somebody on social media with a handle, basically social mediaing every day for no reason. There's a
Yeah.
whole company behind me with employees. So when I say we, I mean my empire loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
That's
craziest.
wrong with that. You gonna get nosy motherfuckers. That's the thing. When you're doing great shit, people gonna be mad. Let them be. Let
Yeah.
them sit in that little corner and be pissed off. Go ahead. I'll give you some work to be pissed off for, motherfucker. Trust and believe.
I love you. No, but it's true. So I had to stop, but I'm getting back into it now. I've been slimming down a little bit and really getting back into the muscle memory of it all. And this time I'm not rushing myself. I'm taking my time because I am in my 40s now. I know exactly what to do, but like I'm taking my time because I don't want to injure myself. I don't want to, like, it's kind of crazy because when I was younger, like, having a body changed my life. Like, it was like, I remember guys, because of my high voice and my ambition, wouldn't give me the time of day. Well, now they want me to be the sugar daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no. No, no, not at all. But it's so crazy because it's just like, it's so funny when people, they're not really prone to making the necessary adjustments and necessary sacrifices that they need to get anywhere. And then it's just really crazy when they comment on the people that really are invested in getting somewhere and willing to do the sacrifice. I remember when my therapist asked me, she said, "Are you taking a vow of celibacy or forever?" Because I've been celibate for 12 years. Well, I needed those 12 years to be focused on the business. I couldn't be fucking on anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't be fucked. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that was a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, go ahead. Say what you were going to say, and then I'll say what I was going to say.
That shit'll fuck you up. That will fuck you up. That'll take you right off your purpose and your focus.
Yeah. And I've seen it happen to so many people.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen to so many promising people that the only way around it for me was not to do it.
Yeah.
Literally. Literally. The only way to not do it. And I'm talking about mainly about like disease and, and heartbreak. I remember when I turned 40, I got my first like boyfriend, and that was a bust. I was like, nope. I went back to being myself because I was like, no, I was, by that time, I was too set in my ways. I
Yeah.
hate when older people say that, but nah, I got good habits. I
Mm.
was I was already too set in my ways, and I was like, we don't need this. Like, I knew immediately what I wanted, what I needed, what could serve me, what didn't. And that comes, like you said, it's a blessing to get older now because a lot of young people don't do it.
Oh.
I lost a lot of young people this year. And it wasn't just to sickness. It was to death. It was to murder. It was to a lot of different things. I lost a lot of people this year, and they continue to drop like flies.
Yeah, they're gonna continue to drop like flies because that's the way everyone's got this weak mindset now.
Yeah. Yeah. Explain that a little bit. Talk about the weak mindset.
This weak mindset, I think, is just what I think this is just listening to everything and everybody else, and watching what's going on social media, watching what's going on in the world, and watching what's going on everything around you, instead of focusing on their purpose and what they need to be fucking focusing on and what they need to be working on. They worried about everything else and trying to be this instant whatever. And then they go out and then they want to be like set thing that's going on, or the most viral thing, or the most popular thing, or the most whatever shit that's going on, and then they try to emulate it, and then that's what ends up happening, I think. And then they fuck themselves up. They take themselves off their purpose. Stay on your purpose. Stay on what makes you you and what makes you authentic and great. Stop fucking trying to be everything to everybody, because you're not. You're not gonna be everything to everybody. You ain't gonna be everybody cup of tea. I ain't everybody cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. You know, you can come talk shit all you want to. I've been online for quite a while. I've had lots of shit talked about me, plenty. But the thing is, what I'm not gonna do is argue with somebody behind a fucking computer screen. That's what I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
You can have your opinion. I don't care. That's why I put myself out there. None of my shit is private. Because if I cared, I would put everything, either don't post shit, or I would just put everything as private. And I don't understand, like, if you're gonna put yourself on social media, why put a private page out there? Why do that? Why not just either just don't do it, or do it and go all in?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my.
yeah, no, you make a lot of sense, and that's why I love talking to you, because you make a lot of sense. Like if you're not for the purposes of sharing yourself,
Yes.
like what?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
the what's the purpose?
yeah.
Why are you on here?
Yeah. No, because I was saying I did like an opener to this video, and I was talking about, how long I've known you. I've known you since 2003. I
Mm-hmm.
met you on MySpace through the work of Maya Geese. And literally, I said that the last time I met you through that work. And then we started talking, chatting, realized our energies worked well together.
Mm-hmm.
And we kept in touch. Like several platforms were erected since that time. We went through MySpace, and it was YouTube, then it was Twitter, then it was, Facebook, then it was Instagram, and whatever the next thing is will be on it, because like I really like social media is it's important to the world. Like it brings the world together. It's not this dark and crazy place that everyone tries to make it. Stay away from things that aren't positive. Stay
Yes.
away from things. Stay away from things that don't edify your soul. Like you said it several times today, and I'm gonna grab it now because you said it. You said it. You said it. Live in your purpose.
Yes. Yes. Live in your purpose.
It is all right to show the world what you're interested in doing. That's
Mhm.
what I did.
Yep.
That's why I'm sitting here, because I turned on my camera and said, well, I'm not getting paid for this right now, but one day I would like to get paid for doing this.
Yep. And it's
And
going.
that's what it is.
Yeah. And
That's
it. And everyone's journey is different. Everyone's timing is different. You
yeah.
can't rush it.
Yeah. And you
Um.
know what's so crazy? Social media, that's what it is. Like I tell everyone, because like the way I curate my page, I'll like people will say things like, oh, you're always posting, you post all the around the clock, this is that and the other. And I'm like, well, A, this is a business. And B, you do realize that this is just the test run. The way that I've been running social media, the way that I've been posting every day, nonstop for 10 years straight, every day, this is a magazine, right? Like y'all know y'all the test subjects, right? Like y'all do know that, right? Like that's why none of my stuff is monetized, because they had this clause where they wanted to own your content. I couldn't have them own my content because I want other things to do with my content. Altogether I've got 21 years of work. And it was like I had to say to people, like I had to say there was two things I had to say this year. I had to say that, like, y'all the test subjects, right? For this thing, right? This thing is going to be, it's a business. Like, we just testing y'all out. Y'all just the demographic. And since we know that we can reach many different demographics in this one place, this is good. But then I had to also say to people, this bitch don't exist, right? Like, they were coming at me about filters and this and that and this and that. And I'm like, y'all know this bitch ain't real, right? Y'all know that she was created and she's my brainchild. She looks the way I want to have her look Because she's my creation. You know this, y'all know this bitch ain't real, right? Oh, but I know the problem. She has impacted your life so much. She has empowered you so much that in your mind she became a real thing. Well, that's good. That's just great marketing.
Mm-hmm.
That's great marketing. But it still stands that there is a 42-year-old, 5'11" foot tall black man underneath this. That's who exists.
Mm-hmm.
This does not exist. And I fucked up all their heads when I said that. They never bothered me again.
That's
They
what you
never
got.
bothered me again.
Fuck them heads up.
Yeah, like and we love that. We love a good mind. Wrap it up real quick because it's like I had to let them know you are literally dissecting something that was an imagination that became a manifestation. You are literally attacking something that is not real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's why, like at first, I used to take it personally because when they would attack the queen, I took it personally because I thought they were attacking me, the
Yeah.
man.
Yep. You
And I
can't.
realized y'all not.
Yeah, they're not. You can't take it personal because they don't know you personally.
Okay? And that's what I also had to realize. Oh, y'all not attacking me. Y'all attacking what I built. Like y'all are so like, and I was like, and I thought to myself, I was like, that's some kind of magic to literally create something out of thin air. Give it
Mm-hmm.
a name, give it an image, a persona. Sound like a record label.
Mm-hmm.
Give it an image. These start what? These people aren't this. Like this is all part of the marketing.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot like the music industry. A lot like a lot of the artists, the rappers, the singers. They have to put on this character in order to sell tickets because who they really are probably is far cry from what you see on stage in the music videos and stuff like that.
And you
Probably.
know what's crazy too? The real them, I'm gonna tell you, the real me, I'm not boring, but I'm way more relaxed. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not an entertainer when I'm me, you know? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
an entertainer. This only goes on when I'm entertaining, and it's the same way what you say. Musicians, models, film art, actors, etc., etc. They
Yep.
are human beings, but they assume, like you said, that was a perfect word, Evan. Characters.
Yep.
Characters. Do you know when I was younger, I told you this, back in my 20s, I worked as a female phone sex agent. And so I played characters every night because I was graveyard shift. So whatever those men needed me to be, I was. But what I did not realize, my boss, she had graduated with a degree in psychology and she used it and she employed it a lot in her teaching of us on how to reach these men, how to really get into their heads because they couldn't see you. So it was what you created, the illusion, the scenario, the fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I brought her up because what she taught me was even with sex, men and women get into character
Mm-hmm.
to be able to perform.
That's right.
And I realized that's a performance. Yeah. When you're doing that and you're telling yourself, I'm the shit and I'm going to tear this up,
Mm-hmm.
that's a performance. It really is. Sex work is the cousin of to the industry that they want to leave out. But all the stars know them. All the stars are utilizing their services. The escorts, the paid this, the paid that. They're all utilizing their services. Oh, but they don't want to be seen with that because it impacts this image.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people willing to murder to
Oh,
not be found out because they've built this brand.
yep.
And I've seen a lot of people, I've witnessed a lot of people abuse their power. I've witnessed a lot of people and been on the receiving end of people abusing their power or their quote unquote image. Like literally, I've been on the receiving end of their hatred, of their malice, of their jealousy, of their envy. But how I got through that was because of that phone sex situation. It was like, oh, I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
You're a character. I'm a character. But you know that underneath this all, there's a man of substance. Whereas you may be boring. You may not, you're not being fed lines all the time. You're
Mm-hmm.
not being fed verses all the time. You
Yep.
know, like
Yep.
you're boring. Me and my normal, I'm not boring. I'm a very interesting man. And I, like a lot of the hatred and stuff like that, I had to, especially this year, I processed it differently than I ever have. Because like I've had people doing shit and hating on me for years. I endured a hate campaign by a celebrity for 15 years of my life. And I just dealt with it. And I was so angry and I wanted so much revenge and I wanted so much get back. And then I realized, baby, I don't have to get you back because you don't even like you.
That's right.
You're suffering already.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally suffering already. Because when you take off your character and you go stand in the mirror in your vanity, you don't like what you see.
Yeah, that's true.
I like me.
Yeah, that's
And I
true.
know you like you. You
I
built
love,
I've watched you build it.
I love me.
Right? I love me. And like, and I was saying it in a video because I do my monologues before this. I was saying what I gave to the world was confidence lessons. My producer was saying something the other night. I popped into one of her TikToks and she was making music the way she always does, and she's a genius. Shout out to you, Minnie, on the boards. But she said in her live, she was like, "Oh, that's my artist, BJ," because she knows Miss Bjorn. So she's like, that's BJ," and then she says the Queen of Shade. Y'all know him as the Queen of Shade. But it was what she said next. She said, "Man, I wish I believed in myself just a fraction of what this man believes about himself."
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "He believes wholeheartedly in himself," and I do, Evan. I do.
You have,
More than anybody I've ever believed in life.
you have to. You have to believe in yourself. You got to. 100,000%.
Yeah.
With a zero given fuck mentality.
Yeah. Yeah. And getting there, I realized, like I said, the 15 years of hate, it didn't mean anything to me. Because
Mm-hmm.
I won from the beginning because I liked me. I liked
Most people don't like themselves. So you already a mile ahead of them.
It's called self-actualization. I like me as I actually am. That's why I can lay this down. Because I like me as I actually am.
Oh,
Not the version of myself. I don't walk around like this. People praise the queen. I don't need their praise. She does. I don't need that. Bjorn Dufault doesn't need that. He doesn't need that in his everyday life. And it's so funny because I meet so many people that meet me as myself. And the first thing they do is pull up the phone and go to the creation.
yeah.
Oh. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. That's what I created. And they miss it all the time. I'm like, oh, yeah, you like my character. And then I smile. Oh, you like my character? Yes, that was the best invention I made. Yeah, that one stuck. They don't understand. I'm talking to them business wise. I'm talking to them in business speak. That was a product. We created that. We marketed that. We're proud of that product. But that's a product. I'm not a product. And that's the problem with a lot of people on social media. They treat themselves like products. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, you can say, I'm a brand, I'm a brand, I'm a brand. And I say, I'm a brand. Or actually, I say, I have a brand. But literally, I'm a human fucking being.
Mm-hmm.
I got feelings. I got all the things. I got issues. I got all of the things that most people have in their lives, which has kept me relatable. Because
Mm-hmm.
when I put this bitch on, she talks about all that relatable shit.
Yeah. And then you got people listening because you make a lot of valid points. A lot of them.
And that's what I realized. I'm like, and that's another thing. With social media, we always put our best foot forward.
Always.
Never show the bad days.
Mm-mm.
Over the summer, I showed the bad days. One of my babies was his murder, his death, passing was ruled a homicide, and I went berserk. And I let it all hang out. And I let every emotion run. Social media was where I built this platform. I gave this platform hell. And I remember people were actually saying things like, oh, well, you didn't really know him. Why are you going so hard? Like, you've posted 60 posts concerning this person. And I'm like, and I didn't even answer them. I think I did do a video where I answered them and I was in tears, but I did it as an audio because you don't get to see me cry.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to see me cry. So, and I said to them, all of y'all talking this shit, all of y'all saying all of this shit, I've sent all of you money before.
Wow, that's crazy. That's fucked up.
I don't know, but my money can go. But I don't know them. I don't know him.
Hmm?
But all the phone conversations late at night. There was, get it, I was so angry about that situation because there were so many personal details I knew that I wasn't at liberty to say. If it didn't come out in the investigation, I couldn't offer new information and him not be here to substantiate it. But I knew them private conversations I had with him.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, it's crazy. Yeah, y'all praise this bitch, y'all mad at this bitch, but y'all want Bjorn to send you the money.
It be like that. It damn sure be like that.
Y'all know this is the queen, but y'all want money from Bjorn bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So y'all know, okay, this is a character, but y'all want the real. Y'all want the real. Y'all want me to send you real money.
Mm-hmm.
So then if you recognize that, you also recognize you got nothing to be intimidated about. Oh, you've never created the role of a lifetime. See,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be in movies. I don't have to be in sitcoms. I don't have to stream on Netflix. I created the role of a lifetime. I was born to play this character. I was born to play the queen. She is the greatest character I could ever play. No other role could stack up to the role I invented.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it's all about living in your purpose.
Yes, that's it. That's your purpose. This is your purpose. And you have done it flawlessly.
And
Still,
you've always said that.
always, and I mean it.
You've always, like literally from the beginning, before this was even this, you was
Yep.
like, nah, you got that fucking energy, man. You was like, you got that fucking energy. You gonna do something. You gonna do something. You gonna do something. You got that energy. You've always said that about me.
Spoken to existence.
You've always said that.
Mm-hmm. Meant every word.
And you know what's so crazy? Why do you think that is? Because I can blame it on negativity, but it took you one encounter with me to
Mm.
believe. One. And you hadn't even met her.
Yeah, because I can tell. I can tell energy, like you say, energy. I can tell that the frequencies picked up, and I can tell that you were a good person then, still is to this day.
And you know, I think that's what unnerves them is that damn, she's kind because he's kind.
Mm-hmm.
She's giving because he's giving.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You know, I was talking to my grandmother today and I was kind of shouting at the top of my lungs because there was this woman she watches on TikTok. Now, remind you, TikTok is a child's app, mind you. It's for the young people. It's for the young. I'm on there too. But TikTok is usually a child's app.
For the young.
It's for
Yeah.
the young people. So get this. There was this old school, older preacher on there, pastor on there. It's a woman. And every time I turn around, she talking about going to hell. She talk about this and you doing this and you ain't living holy and you ain't doing this and you ain't doing that and you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. And I had a major problem with that. And my grandmother asked me why. I said, because I can read her energy and tell that she's been hurt by church people and now she's calloused. She's not evil. She's calloused. And she is spewing that callousness out over her platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you got to be careful what you do in life. You don't have to be religious, but we all plant seeds every day.
Yep.
We all plant seeds, and it is our responsibility to help them grow.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a lot of people that plant seeds and run away. They don't want nothing to do with the seed that they planted, even though the seed has their signature on it.
Mm-hmm.
We can even talk about black men and being fathers, mothers, same thing. They don't want to be responsible for that seed. And I said to my grandmother, oh, because when you do it like that, you'll plant less seeds.
Mm-hmm.
You won't just run around and plant a whole bunch of seeds. You'll plant less because you realize I'm responsible for this. I'm liable for this. I got to nurture this. I got to see it to the point of bearing fruit. And I let her know, I said, this woman is spewing so much hatred into the world. And I let my grandmother know, I said, I'm not even Christian. My grandmother's a Christian. And look what God blessed me with. All that he blessed me with. And I curse. I do all the things. I'm gay. And I'm like, isn't it funny that God can deal with my authentic self more than he can deal with that?
That's true.
Because I was like, if you're a pew warmer, you already outside of the will of God. He can't. Jesus hung out with all of us out here. He didn't hang out in churches. You know, I'm saying this because this all ties into having a divine purpose. And when you understand that purpose, no religion, no family member, no hater, no friend, no spouse can move you away from your purpose, is what I'm heading to.
That's so true. So true.
No one should be able to knock you off. My therapist used to say this to me when I first started therapy, because I used to be in there. I've had therapy 20 years, and I used to cry a whole lot in therapy. I was angry. I was extremely, extremely angry. And I felt bad about my anger. I felt guilty about my anger. I didn't know why I was angry. So like consciously, I didn't know. Subconsciously, I knew why it was coming, but it had not entered into my conscious mind yet. So my therapist, one day, as I'm sitting there and I'm going off, and then she watched me bottle it all back up and literally come back together. And she said, no, 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 don't do that. Let it out.
Let it out.
And I said to her, I said, but no, this is wrong, because, I'm spewing a lot of bitterness. I'm spewing a lot of hatred. I'm spewing a lot of anger. She said, no, 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 sweetheart. You need to understand what happened to you in your life. So I looked at her. She said, you're not here in therapy to discuss any wrongdoings that you've done to yourself, because you haven't wronged yourself. You're here discussing all of the wrongs that everyone did to you. You are here to process what other people did to you, not what you did to yourself. And she let me know something. She said, your anger comes because you were a train on the track. You got derailed.
Mm-hmm.
People literally came and pushed you off the track on purpose. And when she said that, that rage and all surfaced again. And she said, that's why your subconscious mind is angry. You know this ain't your fault.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you know this ain't your fault. You know, in your soul, you know ain't none of this your fault. And you mad at it. And when I embraced that, and I was like, wow, they always teach us not to blame, not to blame, not to blame. She said, oh no, baby, people are definitely to blame for what happened.
Oh yeah, people will definitely teach you how to treat you.
Yeah. Yeah. She let me know. Yeah. There's definitely people to blame for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't foster the right environment for the seed they planted.
Mm-mm.
They ran away. They didn't protect it from the elements. They didn't come to check back on it. They didn't do nothing. Not a thing. And the seed had to learn to grow on its own. And whatever mistakes it made because the farmer wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And she let me know that. She said, baby, yes, you made mistakes in your life, but you've made mistakes not because you wanted to make a mistake. You genuinely didn't know. You genuinely didn't know. And when you learned, you changed.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that a lot of people are so prideful. They don't want to look at themselves hurt. They don't want to look at their real self, their inner child, and look at all the wounds.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the only way to find purpose.
That is definitely it. That's it right there.
It's so crazy to me about that because literally I found myself saying to one of my aunts, it's your fault. This right here, you're not responsible for all of it, but this right here is your fault. I never felt better in my life.
Hmm.
I never felt better because literally I was looking for someone to blame and I was always blaming me.
Don't.
And it was like, yeah, I learned very quickly, you can't wear this.
Mm-hmm.
Because they teach us, oh, you gotta be a nice person. People, you don't blame, you don't cause weight. No, 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 no. This is it. This is after what you're experiencing from me is an aftermath after you did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Because you did it and you didn't think about me. You did it because you did it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, it's so crazy how that is.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to go into 2025. And literally, it is important how we enter because the cosmos is getting ready to do a lot for a lot of people that's been struggling at the hands of other people their whole life.
A lot of changes coming. A lot of changes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No doing of our own. See, there are people we running around and it's no doing of our own while we're fucked up.
Yeah. Yep.
And then many of us spend our adult years paying all this money because I had to pay for 20 years of therapy. That shit wasn't free.
Yeah.
Paying all this money to find out, oh, this ain't me. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I
Nope.
learned that lesson. I really did. And as I sit here on Christmas Day, I can proudly say I have many flaws, but it ain't my fault. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of things are not my fault. So I'm not going to wear them. I'm
Yeah.
not going to wear them.
Yeah. That's true.
I am not going to wear them. What do you feel your purpose is?
My purpose is to be the absolute and utter best version of myself and just take care of me and just make sure that my mental, my spiritual, my physical are all on point.
Yeah.
Are. That's why I take care of myself for 25, 26 years or however long I've been training. I think it's about 26 years in total. And I want to be the best version of myself and I want to take care of myself and I want others to feel exactly the same as I feel. Because I see a lot of people don't at all put focus on their health. And I'm not talking about just what they look like on the outside. I'm talking about mental, physical. I'm talking about all that, spiritual health, all of that. They let all of that go. And they wait till they well into that what 40s, mid 50s, 60s, 70s, and then they want to start taking care of themselves now because they put all their energies and all their efforts into a job that don't give a fuck about them. That if they hurt themselves or God forbid fatally killed themselves or whatever, they're just a job, just scrape their ass off and go find somebody else. They put all this time into a job, but they can't put an hour into their health. I run into that all the time. I see it all the time. It's fucking disgusting and it's upsetting, but that's the way people are. I mean, I used to be like that when I first started working. I was the same way. I put myself into a job, like completely threw myself into a job. And then I figured out, you know, working and busting my ass to move up, they don't really give a fuck about you. They really don't. And that's kind of when I decided to find my purpose. So, like, let me put the emphasis on my health. Let me put the emphasis on what I like to do. And then when I did, that's when I was like, oh, now I want to help others feel exactly what I feel. And it's been a great journey. And I'm still on it. I'm still learning. It's ups and downs to that too. So, there's been days where I won, and days where I've learned. I don't lose.
That was good.
There's no failure. You do good and you win, or you learn from the things you didn't win from. You don't lose and you're not a fucking failure. There's no such thing.
Mm.
There's a there's a lot of multi-millionaire failures out there. That's how you get it. You got to put yourself out there. You got to be willing to learn, and you gonna fail a little bit, but that's what learning is. You got to fuck up in order to learn. You can't have everything. You can't get everything. You can't just keep winning at everything. What is that teaching you? And then when you do fail at something, or you're gonna be fucked up because you ain't gonna know how to come back from that. I'm still learning.
Yeah, I agree. It's so important because you're right. Even in building this business, I didn't have a business degree. I
Hmm.
didn't graduate with a BA in business administration,
Hmm.
but I literally have 20 years of reading, talking to my mentors,
Hmm.
executing, applying, learning, winning, and learning. I feel the same way you do because there is, like you said, there is no loss because I learned that at a certain point, if I quote unquote lost everything, I would not be starting over again from scratch. I'd
Nope.
be starting over again with all the information and knowledge that I obtained in the first place.
Hmm.
So, and I had to have that happen during the pandemic. My LLC went kaput, went bankrupt. I was like, oh my God. And thank God it wasn't a bankruptcy. It wasn't like, oh, I had all these astronomical bills and couldn't pay. No, we couldn't afford to continue. So I had to do something that was called by the government standards a dissolution. So I had to disillusion my LLC. And it was during the pandemic. I was so devastated because it had taken me everything. I had literally saved money and literally my grandmother had given me money. And literally it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I felt that way for a while. And literally, I had clients I was mentoring. So imagine being in a place feeling like a failure and mentoring others to not be a failure, to win and learn from their situation.
Yeah.
And I literally had to take my own advice. And I'll never forget halfway through that pandemic, I just opened a new LLC and it took off again. Literally, just took off again. Not like literally, I didn't miss a beat.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And this time, it was so much better. It was so, when I tell you, it has been so much better. Our graphics, our just everything we do, everything, our presentation, everything. Because it was like, okay, well, that went kaput, but we knew what we learned.
Hmm.
All that we learned, we were able to apply to a new book. It wasn't even the same book. I had to literally start a new book. And in doing so, most people don't even know it happened. Unless I tell you, you
Yeah.
don't know. That's how quick I was able to rebound. Literally. I literally was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then a couple of days later, oh, this is what I'm going to do. And I
Hmm.
did it. And I would not have been able to do that if I hadn't learned the information for myself of what it meant to be an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
And I'm the type of person where I tell my grandmother all the time, I don't need a business manager. I don't need and I'm going to say it right. I don't need a Caucasian business manager. For some reason, the world wants us to think black people can't manage their own businesses. No, I manage my business.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think that blacks have this stereotype that they don't want to help others, but white people, they got all the answers?
Well, you know what it is? It's programming. That's exactly what it is. It's programming. I get mad at them a lot, our people, because I'm like, what you're doing, you've been programmed to do.
Hmm.
It's not even you. You're not even thinking outside the box. Hell, you're not even thinking for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even thinking for yourself. You go into this business and say, well, in order to be a success, I got to have some Caucasian influence. I don't have Caucasian influence in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Now get it. My lawyer is Caucasian. My entertainment lawyer, Caucasian. My accountant, I've had my accountant for 10 years, Caucasian. But guess who kept the books?
You.
Guess who kept the books all year long? And then send him the one sheet so he can file it with the government, federal government, and the state. I keep it all year long. I go through and tally up what I spent, what I made as a profit. I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do that. Even with my lawyer, he says to me, I wish you weren't as quick to the draw as you are. I monitor my empire. When I see somebody infringing on my trademark or somebody doing something, I'm knocking on his door. Marcus, I saw this. We need to get on it. He said, get it. He said to me, he said, I wish you would wait. He said, because literally, if you wait and they put it out, all I got to do is knock on the door and collect a check. But I told him, I don't want to make my money by being a sue queen. I want to get it before it starts. I don't want you to put it out. I don't want any brand confusion. No, you got stopped before you did it. I don't even want you to do it because it's mine. So you not even going, I don't even want, and I told him, he said to me, he was like, your millions may not have come through suing somebody, but your millions are on the way because of how I run my business. I've had major companies try to infringe upon my likeness and my trademark. I could name names. I can actually say it because it's a real thing. We issued the cease and desist and they responded. Marvel Comics tried to steal my likeness at one point and name the character Shade.
Really? Marvel?
Yeah, get it. You never heard about it.
Marvel? Wow, the comics? I would have never thought Marvel would try that. Wow.
But get it. You didn't hear about it because I put a stop to it.
Oh.
You didn't hear about it. That's my point. Because I'm on it. But they tried. And they answered. Disney answered. Because you know Marvel is owned by Disney. They answered. They sent my lawyer. And I remember when he said it. Hot off the press. He read the letter with me. Our bad. Our mistake. We now know. And he said this to me. He said if they really felt that they had a chance to fight you for your trademark, he said they could have buried you in litigation for 30 years. He said, but they realized you had them over a barrel. To proceed any further meant millions of dollars for me. So they got back to my lawyer and said, our bad. We're backing off this.
Because they didn't want to pay you.
Forget it. I didn't need their money because what this message that I was sending is my brand is valuable. My brand is valuable. I knew that. And see, that's what I was talking about earlier. Confidence. I believe in me. I know my worth. Walking around these people, a lot of people, they hate you because they don't know their own worth. They don't know their own worth.
No.
Then something happens and it's like you say something to them like, oh, well, that's worth money. And the first thing you oh, really? You really think so? If I had that mentality.
Oh, God. Yeah, you'd be fucked.
Royally.
Yeah.
Without any grease or poppers.
That's right. Because they would own everything. They just.
Oh my God. Like, I tell people all the time, I don't understand. Now, mind you, if you're a regular social media influencer, fine. But if you're trying to build a business out of this, I still don't understand how all these people got all these names online that they making famous and they not trademarked. The Queen of Shade is trademarked. I'd be damned if I turn around and spend 10 years of my life building reputation for a brand that I don't own. One of my babies, we know his name is Corday, but he's known in the adult entertainment industry as Daddy Decent. Daddy Decent's name is trademarked. And I had to ask myself, I said, baby, I bet you a lot of their names aren't trademarked. He was business. He said, no, 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 I know, I understand, but this name is mine. I built it. I built it. He understood. A brand is a brand, no matter what it is. And you have to protect it.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? They weren't the only one. Nene Leakes tried to go on tour. She had a comedy special. It was going to be called The Queen of Shade.
Oh, I think I heard about that one.
That was 2018. I
Yeah.
was get this. When I found out, she lives in Atlanta. When I found out I was in Atlanta cutting my studio album. And someone, one of my followers, sent it to me. Said, have you seen this? I was sick as a dog. I said, you got to be kidding me. My lawyer, that was when I got my lawyer. That was the need. I had to employ my lawyer then. Employed him. He said, no problem. We'll fix this. Get it? Some people don't like being told that they can't do something. She never responded. But she changed the name of that tour from the Queen of Shade to Shit Talkers. She changed it. And get it? That's all I care about. I want what's mine. You keep what's yours. But if I built it, it belonged to me. I have had to extend my trademark 4 times. And each time it was $2,000. And I'm not even anywhere near finishing trademarking the Queen of Shade. There's so many categories, so many classes, so many demographics. I had to do the Queen of Shade for the internet and non-downloadable videos. That's what this is. Then I had to do for the music. Then I had to do for the merchandise. This last time around, I had to do literary work. So now I can write books. I got books written, ready. But I couldn't put them out because the Queen of Shade the trademark didn't extend to literary work. It does now. And you know, something else I'm saying that's kind of floating around the air. If you are busy doing what you have to do for you, you ain't got time to worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that those haters had 15 years to harass me meant they weren't doing anything. Nobody was checking for them. It was all a facade. That was all a facade.
Mm-hmm.
You making everybody think you doing. You making everybody think you the great thing. But you're not. That was that image thing. They were in Hollywood. That was that image thing. You were hiding behind an image and there was nothing. You hadn't gotten work. You wasn't getting work. They weren't even picking up your option. That's why you had time to mess with me. 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I kept going. Every time they did something, I said, God, how do I handle this? New way, strategy. Do this, do this, do this. That album I worked so hard on in Atlanta, right around the same time Nene Leakes situation happened, got leaked. I said to my lawyer, I said, Marcus, I'm a nobody. I said, why is my album getting leaked? He told me point blank, period. He said, well, first of all, Bjorn, you're not a nobody. You're well known. He said, so that's the first thing. He said, then second of all, if you turn around and we sue Nene Leakes, that's a lot of publicity, which means the world would find out about you. And not just about you, but about your music and everything else you do. And that would be money in your pocket. He said that would be worth at least $5 million worth of free publicity.
Mm-hmm.
He said, don't argue with her online. Don't say anything. And I did what he said do. See, that's why I say I didn't enjoy my first viral moment because I was building. This next viral moment, I can sit back and just let it collect. Everything. Merchandise, music, mentoring services, all this stuff, books, all kinds of stuff. It's waiting now. I'm waiting. I'm sitting there waiting for my second viral moment. And get it, I have so many. I have so many. I've been creating them. It's just all about timing. All about timing. And then the riches truly start pouring in. Right now, at the phase that I'm at right now, I don't have to work for anyone. I can pay all of my bills doing this. All of my bills are covered. For the house, covered. And literally, that's without monetizing any social media. I got mentees.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got mentees. People that pay me to give them mentoring. And we talk about all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. You're a mentor as well. Talk about all the large community, because as I was getting ready for today, I saw like I was looking at all your classes. There were people, you were doing all kinds of aerobics, you were lifting, you were doing so much. You do a lot. Tell us about your business.
Well, yeah, I do Jesus. Like you said, I do classes, I do one-on-ones, I work in the gym. I do a lot. I do a lot of work. And well, it started out many moons ago where I would just go to people in my apartment complex, and I would just walk up here. I used to make my little business cards. I didn't even have business cards at the time. I used to write on a little piece of paper, right that big, little square piece of paper, and I would give them my name, my number. I didn't even have an email. I would just give my name and number, and I would just get clients that way. And then when I did get an email, I would add that on there, and that's all I do. Just walk up to people, be like, "Hey, I was wondering if you was interested in training, blah blah blah." You just cold approach. It wasn't always successful, but I did it. That's the point. I did it until I got up enough courage to one day work in a gym, and then that's when I really just loved it. Now there's a lot of ups and downs with that too. Now there's a lot of ups and downs with that. But when I was doing I still do fitness classes here and there, but not really a lot of it because it's the holidays and people make extreme amounts of excuses, extreme amounts. And the one thing I do love about teaching camps and classes is that it's a big group base, and when it's a lot of people, that's the best part. When there's so many people, and it's so fun because you got all kind of different type of people. Some be on beat, some be way off beat. Some people don't know what the hell they doing. It's just so fun. I got a whole massive group of people doing all kind of crazy shit. It's just fun. It's all music led, and I'm in the front doing. At first, I was so nervous getting in front of people doing that shit. It's like, what the fuck? Oh God, I'm so goddamn nervous. But after a while, I grow into it, and then I also have to build myself to show my clients how serious I am because I'm not playing with this shit. Like I take this serious. But yeah, it's a whole all around learning experience. It's fun. It's fun.
Tell them, how tall are you?
I am 6'5"
Yeah. How much do you weigh?
260 pounds currently.
Say it again.
260.
Wow.
I'm 260. Yep.
Yeah, because I follow you on social media. I see it. I see you've the gains. The gains.
Up over the years. I'm picking up a little bit.
How'd you do that?
Oh
I'm
man.
giving it all away because they got to pay you for that. But I'm just saying, like, was it more of the lifting or did you have to incorporate the diet? Like, do you eat like, because I know a lot of guys where they're not really healthy because they think they have to put on a lot of weight in bulk and they eat all the wrong things, all the cheeseburgers, all the hamburgers.
I don't ever bulk. Fuck that shit. I do have a free diet. I eat what I want to eat. I don't follow some shit fad diet. I eat what I want. If I want a hamburger, I'm gonna eat that. If I want some fucking pizza or some seafood or some ice cream, I'm gonna eat that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm gonna eat the fuck I want to eat. But what really got me thicked up was the weights. I started lifting heavier and taking a lot more rest days. That's what happened with me. Like I only work out right now 3 days a week, and I rest like 4. I sleep. I sleep like a baby. I used to kill my fucking self in the gym. I used to work out I used to work out every day, 7 days a week. I used to work out, and I'm talking about like intense, like fucking gut rich and all in. Don't give a fuck. Just go, 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 and maybe rest 1 day a week. But that was killing me. On top of doing everything else I got going on and working too. So I had to stop that shit because I was dying literally, and I was it was counterproductive because I'm wasting my muscle away. So I only lift right now. I currently lift 3 days a week, and I only lift heavier. I go heavy, and I don't really do a lot of reps. Maybe 5 to 10 up in there, somewhere up in there, and I take a lot more rest in between my sets to give my body enough time to recover. And it's been working. I mean, you see it, shit. You see it. It's been working.
You know
So
what's funny? I took a weightlifting course in college, and that's exactly what they taught me. There were a lot of football players in that course because it was given in a gym, like in a weightlifting room. And what we learned was that the athletes, such as yourself, they were not lifting crazy, 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 crazy every day. What they would do was lift heavy for less reps.
yes.
I remember at a point in my life, I was in my 30s. My body was the best I had ever seen it. And that's because I would lift crazy heavy weights for only 6 reps at a time.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. A lot
That
of people really
that's
don't.
that's a secret. You
Mm.
lift heavy for less reps.
And you
And literally it was like my body just the time that it took was shorter to firm up and tone up. That's why I know exactly what to do. So right now I slim down, but literally I'm gonna slim anyway when I start to lift those weights again. So
Mhm.
like literally people don't understand your body, it will do everything you need it to do.
It's a machine. You have to get this right
Yeah.
and this right. Your body can do whatever it can lift. It can do the weight. You have to shock your body if you want to make it grow. Especially when you get up in age, you get a little older. You got to shock that thing. You got to shock it because
Where?
it, it don't just help your muscles look good. You got to get your bones and your ligaments powerful and strong too. So when you do get up in age and you frail and brittle and shit, you knock up against a wall or something, you take your fucking hip out, it won't go out. You can take that hit. Or if you trip over your shoelaces and you kiss the fucking concrete, that fall ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, not as much.
It ain't gonna hurt.
Yeah, you know who comes to mind? We all know her, Ellen DeGeneres. I was watching her special, her recent special on Netflix, right?
Mhm.
And it was her retiring. But I was floored when she told me she was 66 years old.
I didn't know Ellen DeGeneres was 66.
Get it? I think that special was 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Like, but it's what you said. She knew what worked for her body and she stayed moving, dancing all the time, flexing all the muscles, getting all that stuff, the full body. And that's another thing. I was taught that you could isolate each muscle, but when I work out, I do more of a full body workout. I
Mm-hmm.
start with chest and I work my way down. Then I do lats, then I do my back, then I do my abs, then I do my legs. Now, legs I like to do as a separate day. I do like to do legs as a separate day.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Those are big muscles, and they get sore, and then it kind of hurts to do literally everything. And it's the seventh pit from hell. But I love working legs. I didn't used to always like working legs. I had nothing back there, no ass, no nothing, no legs, no nothing. I used to always be from the stomach up. And then I had one comment way back in the day. One comment. Somebody told me, Evan, you ain't got nothing back there. No legs, no nothing. And that shit took me to a whole new height. I was like, all right, goddamn it, legs every day from now on. Now I absolutely have a whole respect for legs. I do legs on separate days as well. I'll do 2 days upper body and then 1 day legs, or I do 2 days legs, 1 day upper body. Fuck that. You ain't gonna tell me I ain't got nothing back there. Now I got that.
That's hilarious.
I, I'm not back there. Now I'm just as thick as I've ever been.
That's so funny. No, no, yeah. Yeah, like no. I never, you know what's so crazy? Because I hit like I do. Legs I lift heavy too. See, yeah, I would lift heavy on legs too, less reps. I
Mm.
would do that and literally it would be like get it. I remember this. I remember this trainer years ago. It's when we had Bally's. They all became LA Fitness now, right?
Yep, they all LA.
Yeah, so I remember when we had Bally's, I used to go in, mind my business, have my music in my ear, and literally just go in. I never spent more than 45 minutes in the gym. And I remember this trainer tried to fight me because he was like, man, you don't spend a whole bunch of time in here. You spend less than 45 minutes every time you come and you look like that. What's your secret? And I was like, mind your business.
Damn, why would you get mad over that?
Yeah, he wanted because literally his clients, personal trainers in gyms sometimes they need that clientele. They don't want you to take their clients.
Oh,
So
that's
his clients started asking like, "What's he doing? What's
mm,
he doing?" And get it. It was no secret. You saw my whole routine. Why would you even need to come up to me and ask me what I'm doing? All you have to do is watch me.
mm-hmm.
And see, I'm one of them people. I don't like see, I think we have this in common. I don't like stupidity.
No,
Like if you're watching, okay, weightlifting is a physical action. You
yep.
have no business asking me what I'm doing. Just pay attention.
Yeah, just watch. Just look. You'll get it.
And every day I went in that gym, I would alternate machines, do what I had to do, and run out of there. It was literally no more than 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It only became longer when I had to incorporate the elliptical because I needed the elliptical for my diaphragm and my lungs to be able to sing.
Mm-hmm.
So every time, every day, I would lift heavy, and then every day, 30 minutes on the elliptical for my lungs. And literally, it worked for my body. Some people would say, "Oh, well, you can't do cardio every day; you lose muscle mass." No, I didn't. It worked perfect. I wasn't trying to be big. I was a model all my life. So were you. So it was not like, okay, I need to become some huge. No, I need to look good. And me, I always like the shredded look anyway. I always like the shredded look.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been up and down. I've had the really really skinny. You know that. I've had the shredded look. This is the biggest I've ever been. I actually prefer this look. I like it. It works for me. I'm still getting used to it because I was so used to being thin and skinny and ripped. But I like this look. I like. I'm really liking this. I'm feeling into it, so I like it.
You look great too. And
I,
get it to be able to see, because as I was going through your photos over the years last night, I was like, I was seeing your progression. I'm like, wow. And get it, you were always physically fit. You were an athlete. You were always physically fit. But to see you now, I was like it's so crazy. And I was telling my grandmother today, I was like, he's gonna be himself, and I love it. I'm here for it. I was like, he's so naturally aggressive and competitive. And she was like, and I told her last time, I was like, yeah, he had me rolling last time. I asked him, did he need a job as a protection detail, in a bodyguard, because he just had all this pent up aggression. But that's manhood. That's manhood. That's testosterone. And you've always had that. And even, like, get it. And I've loved you every stage. It was never a stage. And that's the thing. I don't look at people and go, oh, well, I like you only then. Or I like you only then. I watch you. Okay, this is what you choose to do. This is great. And I'm a body person, so I'm like, oh wow, this is great. I've been looking at your progress and watching you in the gym, and I'm like, wow, like you really gained, you really gained,
oh
you
yeah.
you.
I, the journey is what I love. I love it. I love it. I love going to the gym. That is my habitat. That is my happy place. That's why because when you're going through life and you work and you deal with a lot of people all the time. Sometimes you just want to strangle the fuck out of somebody. Sometimes you just want to just spit at someone's grave. But when I go to the gym, I am like free of all the murder aspects of what I want to do to people because man, if I didn't have the gym, oh my God, I would literally take somebody in these bare claw hands of mine and break their fucking neck. I won't do it, but the thought is there to do it. That's why when I go to the gym, I give all that energy to the gym, and I don't have to do those things to people. I could just kill my own self and work out hard, and then I build this.
Evan, you know this being recorded, right?
I did.
You just admitted you're a homicidal maniac. No, but no, I respect it. No, because you know what it is too. Everybody in this world is so quick to spew hatred. And
Yeah.
when you're trying to go through the world and you're naturally a positive person, what I hear from you, it's a guard. You keep your guard up.
Oh,
As
it's very,
I. Mm-hmm.
it's extremely high. It didn't used to always be like that. My guard was really low. It was because I was always I've always been a people person. I still am a people person. I like people. I really do. I'm social, but it's this whew, nowadays. It's challenges to that shit. Like you got to be very careful who you socialize with because the shit you talk to somebody, they go run and tell. It's just a bunch of drama, and I don't deal with drama. I just have very low tolerance for drama and disrespectful, ungrateful people for no reason. If I'm not giving you that energy, why do I need to receive it? If I'm not talking to you in a slick ass way, or if I'm not speaking to you in a certain way, why do I need to hear it? Why am I getting it? And then when you give that same energy back, it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? You're this, you're that, you're a nasty person, you're evil, you're hateful. No, I'm not. I'm just defending myself. I'm not gonna allow somebody to speak to me in any kind of way, male or female.
Yeah. Yeah.
Equal rights and lefts. Fuck that shit. The fuck? You say you a female, you gonna talk to me? And I wouldn't let a guy do that to me. So why the fuck would I let a woman do that to me? But that's the thing. That's people just the point is show respect. You'll get it. I give respect. Not like point blank. I'm not gonna sit there and not. You don't know where you're meeting people. You don't know where people coming from in the world. Like when I go to work in the morning, when I used to work in the mornings, I would always good morning, good morning. But I wouldn't say good morning like that. I'd be like, good morning, what's happening? They like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm trying to be happy. Motherfucker. You ain't never had no love like that? Well fuck you then. People just can be crazy. But overall I still love people.
Let me paraphrase. I want to take my bear claws
Yes.
and do them away.
Do more?
But people are great.
People
Yo, I swear, you haven't changed. Like, I swear.
Oh no. Oh no.
So, so listen, our hour has gone. Season 1, you were here, and I did Give Me 3 Words That Inspire and Empower You. Season 2 is a little different. It is Make a Wish, say it out loud, and tell me what you wish so that it is recorded, charges the atmosphere, and manifestation begins to happen with your actions and it becomes a reality. If you could wish for something, what would you wish for?
If I could wish for something right now, what would it be? Um, I would wish for financial freedom.
Yeah.
I would wish not to be rich, but financially free, to be able to use money and leverage to, basically live on my terms, live without worrying about if I do this, what if I did this, what about this? I don't want that. I want my options to be free. I want to be able to just be able to travel however I please, be able to wake up, do what I love, and just inspire everybody in this world to be the best version of themselves. And like you say, not so fucking hateful.
Yeah.
That's
That,
what I.
that was beautiful. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you for being here and being yourself
Of
and
course,
sharing Christmas with me.
of
I
course.
was so excited. I was like, I have to talk to him for Christmas. Like, yes, yes, yes. I'm so thankful. Thank you for making time. You have always made room for me in
Of
your life.
course.
And I can't wait because I gotta travel. I gotta start. When we start traveling, we gonna have to meet up because literally since 2003, we've been keeping up with each other via social media. I gotta
Mm.
come see the bear claws. They say, no, don't do it. He's my bodyguard. Don't do it. Just back up and he won't. Just back up. He's harmless if you back up.
Yeah. So you be all right.
Don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, we have spent Christmas with this amazing man, Mr. Evan Martin, that you see in front of you. Tell everyone where they can find your business and you online before we go.
I'm on Instagram, Body by Evan. I'm also on TikTok as Coach Evan 7. And yeah, I'm on Facebook as Evan Martin. And you can find me all over the place.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much.
Most definitely. Thank you for having me.
Of course, hold on. We have heard the vocal stylings, all of us. As funny as they were, but I thank him for always being real. Always being real. Mr. Evan Martin. I am so happy about that. I truly had an amazing experience this Christmas. Talking to my friend Evan Martin, whom you know online as Body by Evan. 6'5.5", 260 pounds. Evan is every bit of a gladiator, a titan, an athlete, and he has always been so supportive of everything that I do. We've known each other since 2003, as I said before, and here we are in 2024, still able to celebrate each other with love, light, and happiness. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And oh, by the way, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy holidays for all the other holidays as well. I am the Queen of Shade, and I am signing off this Christmas with saying Merry Christmas.
Do you follow the Queen of Shade? I remember when I loved you so much, boy, inside it was hurting me. The pain of the longing. I remember all the tears I cried when I thought that you deserted me. Now I am the lonely. I need to feel your love the way I did back then. In the 80s again. I need to know that you'll remember whatever you do, but come back to the 80s with me. Back to the 80s. Try to act like I didn't see the pain you cause inside of me. My heart is unbalanced. I've been longing for your touch so long, and now you just make fun of me. Please restore the balance. I need to feel your love the way I did back then. In the 80s again. I need to know that you'll remember whatever you do, but come back to the 80s with me. Back to the 80s. You'll never replace my love. You'll never replace my love. You'll never replace
subscribe to the Queen of Shades YouTube today for over 1,000 original videos created by the Queen herself. Subscribe today.
Turn that TV down.